To show you how to make this barrel object. You can see it's got some different details on the side and the top. So let's get started. All right, here I am in my empty scene. First thing I'm going to do is make myself a cylinder. And what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and apply this texture really early, and you'll see why in just a minute. So I'm going to hop to UV. And then I'm going to assign a new material. We're going to use a Lambert because it's nice and flat. This is going to be my barrel. Then I want to grab the texture. You can find the texture in the assignment right here. I'm going to go ahead and hit my hypershade, map my barrel texture. Wooden barrel, there it is. Just grab it, drop it. All right, and we're going to plug that in to the color. All right, so now I've got the texture on there. Let's see what that looks like by turning it on. Obviously, it's completely wrong, but that's okay. Is make sure that I have the different parts of my texture kind of cut into the pieces that I want. So I want to have each, the top and the bottom, using this wood right here. So what I'm going to do is switch to my face select, and I'm going to hold tab. Oh, screen recorder doesn't like that. All right, so now I've got that, and what I want to do is create a normal based that separates that from the rest of the texture so I can edit it all by itself. All right, so now I am moving that around and scaling it to fit in this area. Okay, same deal with the bottom. There it is. Okay, that's all set. All right, and then I want to grab these. So I'm actually going to use this part to grab those because I can just do it like that. And I'm going to scale that up till it goes all the way from top to bottom. And then stretch it out so it goes all the way from side to side. Okay? So now you can see I have boards on the top, boards on the bottom, and then my full length of the barrel on the sides. Cool. So once I have done that, I'm going to switch over to my modeling toolkit. I'm going to switch my view to front view, turn on those textures once again. And now I want to add rings for my metal. Okay? So I'm going to do multi-cut, and then I'm going to hold Control, and that allows me to add the loops where I want to include metal. And this is a really deep one, so I want to make sure that I include 2 loops there. You could do a loop here as well. All right, so now I have my loops, and you can see those line up on the texture as well. So now I want to turn off multi-cut, and what I'm going to do is use extrude to create these bands that go around. And I also think I want to add one more loop here. Let's see, so I'm going to get a loop there, maybe a loop there, maybe a loop there, just to kind of make sure that when I widen this out and make it kind of rounded, I'm doing it evenly. That's what I'm going for here. Okay, so turning off multi-cut. I'm in face mode already, so I want to, here's how I'm going to do this. if I press this one, Shift, double click, then I can grab that whole loop of faces like that. So now I have that loop. I'm going to hit extrude. I don't want my arrows, I want scale, so I'm going to switch to scale. And then I grab that green square, and that's going to bring out on all sides. Okay, so click, shift, double click, extrude, scale. There we go. Shift, double click, extrude, scale. Shift, double click, extrude, scale. There we go. Shift, double click, extrude, scale. All right, switch over to bottom loops. Now, see, this one doesn't line up all the way. You can move it now, or you can move it later. Just trying to make sure I get this lined up. You can also, if you double click it here, that will change how it applies on the mesh. There we go. All right, so then face select, shift, double click, extrude, scale. Bring it out. Shift, double click, extrude, scale. And then finally shift. Nope, missed. That's a tight shift, double click, extrude, scale. There we go. All right. So there is the outside loop of my barrel. Now I want to make this rounded slightly, so I'm going to turn on soft select now, and then double click that. Nope. Shift, double click. There's that loop, right? So now you can see I've got my fall off going. I might hold down B and adjust that. There we go. And then I can widen out, make it more barrel shaped. If you wanted to make the top thinner, you could do the same thing. And bring that in just a little bit. Okay, until you're happy with that shape. All right, last bit is to adjust the top, right? And what I actually need to do is to bring in this and like make it dented. So what I want to do first is to take this edge, turn off soft select, take that edge, and I'm going to add a bevel. And what that does is it's going to add another loop. It's going to split the difference between these two loops. So now I have this other loop that I can come in and adjust. Now, you don't want to adjust this too much because then you'll have to redo your texture, but it's fine right here. And then I'll switch to face, tab, hold that down, grab that, and then I'm going to extrude that downward just a tad. Okay, got that. Same deal on the bottom. Edge select, double click, bevel. All right, once I've done that, select that edge. You can use scale to position it. Let's see, I want to make sure I got out a good view. Double click. Scale to position it. And then face select. Tab. Select all the faces. Extrude. And inset. Just a bit. Okay. Cool. And there we have it. There's a barrel.